Hello fellow Envoy and welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving into a topic that needs addressing, which is why we shouldn't compare Soulframe and Warframe. With Soulframe being the next big title from Digital Extremes, which is the studio behind Warframe in case you didn't know, but it's tempting to draw comparisons between these two games. But as we'll explore, doing so might not only be unfair but also detrimental to appreciating what each game uniquely offers. So without further yapping, let's delve into why these comparisons fall short and why Soulframe deserves to be evaluated on its own merits. At its core, comparing Soulframe and Warframe is like comparing apples and oranges, or Nyx to Revenant Prime. I guess what I'm trying to say is both games come from the same developer, right? But the aim is to deliver vastly different experiences. Warframe is known for its high-octane action and fast-paced gameplay, with an ever-expanding universe that has been constantly evolving since its launch. It's a game that thrives on dynamic combat, deep customization, and the thrill of its cooperative gameplay. However, I feel like this success has led to some controversies that cannot be overlooked. Starting off with Warframe's constant updates and influx of new content. I feel like this has been a double-edged sword in some ways. On the one hand, they keep the game fresh and engaging, and on the other hand, they have led to a game that is sometimes criticized for its complexity and its reliance on microtransactions, because players often find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer volume of content and the relentless pace at which the new features are added. This has unfortunately overshadowed some Warframe's core issues, such as persistent bugs, balance problems, and a monetization model that I feel can exploit the player base sometimes. For example, the game's microtransactions and in-game economy have been a point of contention. Warframe's approach to monetization, while not unique, has been critiqued for the encouraging to pay to progress model, where players can feel pressured to spend money to keep up with the latest content and upgrades. This monetization strategy has led to discussions about fairness and accessibility, making it a controversial aspect to the game's design. So let's shift our focus to Soulframe. Unlike Warframe, Soulframe is set to offer a different kind of experience. It's designed with a focus on fantasy and exploration, storytelling, and a slower, more deliberate pace. This shift in design is not a creative choice, but a strategic one, aimed at providing a fresh perspective and addressing some of those critics associated with Warframe. Soulframe's emphasis on a narrative and exploration represents a significant departure from the Warframe's action-centric approach. By prioritizing story and world building, Soulframe aims to offer an immersive experience that contrasts sharply with Warframe's frenetic pace. This slower and more thoughtful approach could be seen as a response to Warframe's criticism. It provides players with a more cohesive and engaging experience that focuses on depth and rather than sheer quantity. Moreover, Soulframe benefits from the opportunity to learn from Warframe's extensive journey. DE has had years to observe player feedback, market trends, and industry developments. This experience allows him to create a Soulframe with a fresh perspective, unburdened by the legacy of Warframe. It's a chance to innovate and address some of the design flaws and player concerns that have been highlighted in Warframe. One aspect where Soulframe can shine is in its potential to create a new kind of community. While Warframe's established community has developed its own set of norms and expectations, which can sometimes overshadow other aspects of the game. By starting anew, Soulframe has a chance to build a community that is centered around its unique experience and values. This clean slate allows Warframe to foster a culture that is more aligned with the game's design goals rather than being influenced by the existing Warframe culture. And let's not forget about the issue of burnout. Warframe's high-speed gameplay and constant updates have led to a phenomenon where some players feel they can never catch up. This relentless pace can be exhilarating but also exhausting, leading to a disconnect from the game's deeper narrative elements. Where Soulframe's approach, with its focus on slower paced exploration and storytelling, offers a potential antidote to this burnout, providing players with a more relaxed and immersive experience. The contrast between Warframe and Soulframe also highlights the broader issue of innovation versus tradition. Warframe has pushed the boundaries of what is possible in a live service game, but this also has meant sticking closely to its established formula. Soulframe, on the other hand, represents an opportunity to break free from that formula and to explore new avenues in game design. It's a chance to experiment with new mechanics and narrative structures and player interactions without being constrained by the expectations set by Warframe. This desire of innovation is crucial for the growth of the gaming industry. By supporting games like Soulframe that aim to explore new concepts and different experiences, we encourage creativity and diversity in game design. So comparing Soulframe to Warframe might inadvertently stifle this innovation, as it imposes the expectations and limitations of one game onto another. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that while it's natural to draw comparisons between Soulframe and Warframe, given their shared developer, doing so might limit our appreciation for what each game uniquely offers. Warframe's strengths and challenges have shaped its journey, but Soulframe has its own path to forge. By allowing Soulframe to stand on its own and supporting its quest to offer something fresh and distinct, we can offer a richer and more diverse gaming landscape. And lastly, I'm going to end up with saying, for those people who are just shitting on the game because the Prelude combat gameplay feels clunky, you need to think about the process of game design before you start going crazy. crazy because it's pretty obvious that if the combat is clunky in the prelude, that it's going to be fixed when the game eventually launches. So that's going to be it for this video of Envoy. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and as well leave a comment of your thoughts on Soulframe versus Warframe, and I'll see you in the next one.